Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shuffle Podcast, episode 265. I'm Joe.
I'm Lauren.
Lauren, how the heck are you?
Great.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025. We made it.
We did.
We somehow made it.
Yeah. How was your new year?
It's been years since I've seen you.
It feels like it.
At least one.
At least a whole year.
At least a whole. I hate making.
Yeah.
I hate people.
Really? Then why'd you just do it?
Because I had. Well, I actually meant to say it's been years since I've seen you because it has been a while, and then I realized I was like, oh, I could insert joke here.
Yeah.
What did you ask? Oh, how's my New Year's? It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good. I went to a really fun bar. They dropped balloons on everybody, which was exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah, because it was a lot of the. So I was in Richmond, Virginia.
Right.
And a lot of the bars there had like ticketed night.
Yes,
like it was ticketed,
yes.
and it was expensive. So one we wanted to go to was a $65 ticket, and
Does it include drinks?
no,
That's crazy.
and it was a Great Gatsby theme. And
That's awesome.
Everyone went all out. We didn't go there because it was $65. When we were walking to the other bar, which was only $25, everyone walking by was dressed to the whole night. Like guys were wearing like the caps with suspenders. Girls were wearing the like shimmer, like
flapper dresses
with the feathers, and everyone had pin curls. Like it looked so good. So that
I would love to do that.
It made me happy to see, like, okay, like at
it's
least
my
the
life's
people there.
goal to wear a flapper dress.
Really? Is it actually? Well, shoot, I can make that happen. I'll host a Great Gatsby party.
Okay.
I've always wanted to go to like a Great Gatsby party where people actually try, and like I don't mean guys wearing just a nice shirt and button down.
No,
you know?
like full blown.
You gotta go all out,
Yeah.
and that's the music that
you
gets
need to
played.
start smoking cigarettes.
Correct.
Yeah.
This the whole. I'm gonna get a fog machine to make
Yeah.
it feel like it's a smoky room because I don't want people smoking here.
Yeah.
But it'd be great. But yeah, so that looked really cool. But then we went to this other bar, and it was kind of like the more rundown, like it's the cheap bar, you know. It was an arcade bar, so that was cool.
Sick.
I ran
Love
some
it.
skee ball to bring in the new year. Ran some
skee
pinball.
ball?
They had pinball, skee ball, basketball.
Favorite arcade game?
I love pinball.
Okay, favorite arcade game that you win tickets at?
Oh, you know the big fish.
You pull the lever
where it rolls. That one's a gimme. I like that one a lot.
Fun. Yeah.
And I normally like basketball.
Really?
But, yeah.
Wow.
Is yours skee ball?
100%
You got
skee ball.
really excited when I said skee ball.
Because
So
it's easy to get a lot of points. Because I'm good.
Yeah, but
at
I
the
feel like
game.
it
I'm a
doesn't
natural
spit out-
skee baller.
It doesn't spit out many tickets.
As if you're as good as I am.
Oh, okay, Tiger. Sure.
Yeah. I went to there's there used to be like an arcade like it wasn't just an arcade. They had like bounce houses all throughout the place too. I don't remember what it was called back home. But they had like a little arcade. There was one machine that was the ticket dispenser was broken. And so if you pulled at like just the right tension, if you could just keep pulling tickets out, it was
cheating.
great.
Cheating.
Loved it.
Cheating. This Tiki Bar sign is actually from an arcade. I realize that's still on.
It gives arcade, yeah.
I don't know if that's giving weird light. But
No, I don't think
yeah,
so.
I won that in arcade in like 8th grade, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 9th or around
I
that
always
time.
I said my life's goal is to wear a flapper dress. My real life's goal is to win enough tickets at Dave & Buster's, like get a gaming walk out with a PS5. That would be awesome.
I've never been to a Dave & Buster's. I love arcades more than I've been going ever since I was little.
I have like a gambling problem, and arcades are essentially a little kid's a little kid's casino.
Yeah.
And so I have serious arcade addiction.
I don't think it's.
Oh.
Because you get it's part of it is experience.
Well, I guess you're guaranteed to win at an arcade. You are not guaranteed to win at a casino.
Well, it's not. Well, that and also, I mean, I guess some people really enjoy playing like blackjack or roulette or whatever. But I feel like okay, if I pay a couple dollars to play basketball, like I'm getting to play basketball right now, or you know what I mean? Like I'm having fun, or t-ball. Like I'm actively playing a game. I'm not just sitting there just like worth luck and like hoping that I have aces.
Yes,
you know?
yeah.
Part of it's still luck. Some of them are rigged, whatever.
True, yeah.
But I love arcades. I do want to go to a Dave & Buster's sometimes. I'm just afraid I'll never. I think it's going to be like the Lotus.
Podcast outing, Dave
All right.
Buster's.
We just take the little mini mics and just go
I'm
around.
down.
I'm so down. That'd be so much fun.
That would be fun.
Just cause mayhem. It's just,
Yep.
Oh my god. All right, we'll do that.
Love a good arcade.
We'll try and plan that out.
So you went to
so it was an arcade bar and did some games and whatnot. But then it was cheap and it was like kind of like a rundown bar. Not many like adults really go to that bar, but they had all the balloons like strung up. So I was like, oh. So like around like close to midnight, I just stood directly like waiting. Like I have to be the one.
Yeah.
It has to land on me. There's a ton of disco ball like balloons and yeah, it was really fun.
That's
really
cool.
Good DJ too.
Yeah.
Did you have a good New Year's?
Yeah, we hosted a few people.
Oh,
it was like
right.
6 people at the party.
Mm-hmm.
8 if you count us.
Mm-hmm.
9 if you count Riley's brother, which you probably should.
I don't know why you wouldn't count y'all or the brother.
So there was 9 of us total.
Okay.
And
that's significant.
And it was fun. It was like it was a great group. We had a lot of fun. We drank, had snacks, watched Ryan Seacrest down at Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve. Yeah. And then I lit off some fireworks. Not like fireworks, but like fireworks.
Well,
fountains, but like they were still loud, and I was standing way too close to them.
Oh,
probably
did your eyebrows singe?
Almost lit myself on fire a couple of times.
Oh shit! Were they quick?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
It was fun. I got them from Walmart, so like, but it was fun. Our neighbors came out to watch ours, and our neighbors were setting off like fireworks.
Big one.
Nice. And then the people behind us were setting off really big fireworks. So it was a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's awesome. This might be the first year that I didn't like do like a fireworks thing or like watch the normal like New York thing. Yeah. I think I've done house parties every single year leading up to this one. This might have been my first year at a bar or like not at home or whatever. So this is the first time I didn't hear New York. And I feel like I am off to a bad start.
Yeah, you've been robbed.
I think I'm fucked for the year because I really think New Year, new me.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
You're gonna start swearing more on the podcast.
I know. I need to actually up it a little bit. No, but I feel like it feels off to me to have not heard it, and maybe they played it and I was really, really drunk and don't remember. But like, I feel like I would have remembered that because I remember everything else that night. And they weren't playing it on any of the TVs. They just had their own countdown. So I was just like, something's wrong. I messed this up. I messed up my intro.
Something about like watching the ball drop in New York City. Like, I think it's just because that's how I grew up. Always celebrating New Year's was watching that. So now I feel like I have to watch it.
Yeah, same.
It is very entertaining. I mean, they had great performers. They had Jonas Brothers.
They Kesha, right?
So. They had a lot of people, but I can't remember anybody now.
They had a lot of great performers.
They had a lot of great performers, none of which come to mind at this current moment in time.
Only the Joe Bros.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's how I want to ring in my New Year's with the Joe Bros.
I totally get it. Yeah, I've never hated them. Sometimes I get annoyed with all the performances, but normally it's a pretty good show.
Yeah. Jolly good show.
It's a jolly good show. I really enjoyed it.
But anyways, I got a few things I want to talk about on today's episode. One of them I actually texted you about before either of us even left. Like after the last episode, we both ended up going home for a little while to celebrate the holidays. And I texted you about something that had happened to me, and I was like, I'm going to talk about this on the next episode of the podcast. And I wrote it down because I knew I was going to forget about it.
Oh shit!
I was driving. It happened when I came to pick something up from you.
Okay.
And I guess I can tell you because Riley already got a gift. When I came to pick up that backpack.
Yes.
But spoilers, Riley's here again.
I was gonna say, breaking the fourth wall again. Yeah.
So when I came to pick up that backpack,
that's crazy. How'd you get that?
I drove by the Google Street View car.
Oh yes, you did tell me about this.
Yeah, I was driving up Avalon.
Right.
None of you know where this is. Doesn't matter. I was driving up Avalon, and I looked to my left at the red light that I was at, and coming in my direction was the Google Street View car.
Did it run the red light? No.
Big, yeah, and it just like. It had the big camera rigged on top, cameras on the side, and I just like stared at it, mouth agape as it drove by.
Sure, that's gonna look great.
Yeah, and I was like, this is the best moment of my life, and that was like near the end of my 2024, and I'm like, it doesn't get better than this.
Yeah. Could you imagine if it like took the like rapid fire pictures so your mouth is just open and it's like all
just like stretches?
It's just a big distorted face.
I hope so.
I wish you could look up when like in your area it's updated. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, this just drove by the other day, so you can see it. You know, like you
Yeah.
can go look it up and see it.
That would be fun.
I'm jealous. I've only seen those once, and it was like on the opposite side of the road highway, like from me, like a
Yeah.
quick.
I'd never
drive-by.
seen one before.
That's crazy. Like you're next to it.
It was the single greatest moment of my 2024.
That's crazy.
Which is wild to say.
Is that your greatest moment of 2024?
Yeah, without doubt.
I don't know that I have.
I don't. It's hard for me to like
narrow it down
to pick best moments of a year because it's a whole fucking year. How do I remember anything?
Right.
I
think I talked about this. Oh, I
talked about
this last time. I think I did about the New Year's thing. How I'd write a letter to myself.
Yes.
Yeah. So that day is tomorrow, where I have to go sit down and write my letter.
Yeah.
I do it every January 5th. And so I try to remember things off the top of my head before I write it.
I prefer to celebrate my New Year on January 6th.
Oh.
All right, that's it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give you a very crisp phone call on Monday.
Yeah.
Where you at?
Yeah. What is your location right now?
What is your location?
I will be working.
I'm on to you, dog. That's so funny.
Oh god.
Yeah, no. So January 5th is when I'm gonna be reflecting on the year.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
When do you read these again? At the end of the year?
I read these on the 5th.
Oh, so you read last year's on the 5th, and then you write the next.
I read all of them on the 5th.
Oh, no.
So I've done it.
Don't you like remember them after so many years?
No, I know. Okay, do you remember what happened to you in 2023?
I'm sure I can think of a few things that happened to me in 2023.
I go through my camera roll and go through every moment. And I even will find
How long does this take you?
It takes me like an hour or two.
Which leads me to my next question. How's the job hunt going?
Don't remind me! I've got plenty of time to write
Weekly updates now on Lauren's job hunt.
Yeah, in case you guys want to know, this is my full-time job at the moment, which is absurd.
And I'm not paying
because I got no money. It's great.
Yeah.
It's going fantastic.
New year, new Lauren. She's broke.
Yeah, tis the damn season. I'm still applying for shit. Finally, yesterday and today, a ton of stuff got posted. Lots of apps went up.
Yeah.
So now I can actually start applying. There was kind of a dry spell the last
the
weeks
holidays.
of the holidays.
Yeah,
and I wasn't hearing back from anyone because of the holidays.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to get more rejections back
nice.
today and yesterday. I was like,
so you spend 2 hours going over your memories from the previous year.
Yep, I go through. So I've been doing this. This will be my 5th year now.
Okay.
And so I go.
2020 is when you started.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was.
You thought you might die, so.
It was a crazy time.
Yeah.
It was a crazy time. And so, well, I didn't think I was die yet.
Right. Yeah. January 2020. Nobody thought anything.
It was chill time.
There was just wildfires in. When was in January?
Maybe I started a year after that.
Australian wildfires were in January.
I think I started after that. Yes, they were.
See how well I remember?
That's also World War III was the next day.
Yeah,
do you remember
that's
that?
right,
It was the first day was the Australia thing. The next day was something else, and then I think World War III is imminent, and then the next one, the third day was something else.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, huh,
Satan himself.
Take a time. Take a tea.
Rose from the ground.
Oh, he did. He did like that. That's intriguing.
That's how Satan comes up.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I read them all in order, and then I write my new one because I also realized there's some things I had hoped for, and I write advice at the end of each one to myself.
Yeah.
So then I reread what I said to do and see if I acted on it naturally, and I kind of have to respond to some things because there might be a relationship ended over the course of the year, and sometimes
you put a little questionnaire at the end.
Please rate our service.
Yeah.
I leave a tip. I tip myself.
You should though, because then next year you open it up, you're like, oh, $5.
Secret money. That could be nice, but then if I tip myself again, it's just endless, pointless.
Not if you always set that money aside.
That's true. That's just I might as well just.
Well, everybody should put money aside.
Yeah.
But nobody does.
I have no monies to put aside.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm worried. It does make me depressed because, again, like I said, there's some relationship things in there where I'll be like,
well.
I'm so excited. Like this time, not this time last year. Last year, I went on a first date on December 29th, and it went really well. And I ended up talking to this guy for a while.
How long's a while?
4 months.
That is a while. Wow.
Yeah, and anyways, but
Can't win 'em all.
Our first date was December 29th, and looking back, I know that my letter was like, this week was so good, and I can't wait.
Where'd you go?
I'm about to start. I took him to Disney because I had.
You took him to Disney?
Yeah, because I had passes left over, and it was December 29th. So I was like, not just burn it. This is a cool first date. Also, very bold to know I'm going to spend a long amount of time with someone on a first date. Yeah, I took him to Epcot and Studios. But yeah, I know I got really excited about that in my note, being like, this year's gonna be great because now I'm gonna be talking to this guy. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm gonna like, well, that didn't work out.
Yikes.
But it's fun. It's funny though. I like it, and I like reflecting on it, and it helps me. It's kind of like journal thing. It's like a crash course journal where I just write everything, and it's kind of nice to reflect on that and be like, oh, that did happen, and I didn't realize, oh, school was that long ago, or this has happened, or oh, like the year when I got the job, got into the Disney College program and found out I was going to be moving down here. That was like a big deal. So that was really exciting, writing on the 5th of January because I moved in 7th. So I wrote this letter being like, I'm about to start a crazy fucking chapter in my life, you know? And here I am.
Here you are.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'm excited for it. But it is emotional and it is taxing. I have to go through everything. Yeah. And relive.
Now you get to write about the podcast.
I do, so that's something I'll write about. I don't remember.
I'll be like, this bastard Joe made me do this podcast with him.
So freaking over it.
I wish I wasn't so entertaining.
I wish I was.
And he could have found somebody else.
I'm just too good.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else?
Right. So I went home, and one of the biggest things that I was excited for going home was
Santa.
Yes, but no. Bills game.
Oh, you did go to a Bills game.
I was initially just going to the Bills tailgate, which would have been my first tailgate in Buffalo, which is crazy because I'm from Buffalo.
Yeah, what?
But like, I was never a football fan really before I moved down here. Wasn't until the Bills got good that I was a football fan, call me a fake fan, but whatever.
That's valid.
How do you root for a team that sucks, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Sorry, Browns fans.
I'm a Commanders fan.
Yeah, there you go. But anyways, so I was going to Buffalo Bills tailgate. Super excited. My brother, my friends, gonna have a lot of fun. Gonna drink a lot. And so we went and found out that everybody else that was at the tailgate had gotten tickets either the day before or the day of for the game. So Dave and I were like, fuck it, let's get some tickets. Yeah. My mom offered to pay for half of them. So we're like, screw it, let's do it. Which is just now got me thinking, I don't think I've paid for my ticket yet. Oh. But thanks, Dave. Merry Christmas to me.
Wow.
But anyway, so we bought them day of. They were like, the price just kept like dropping because they're trying to sell those seats, get them filled. So the price was dropping. Bought tickets, go to the game. 9 degrees. It is. I'm wearing so many layers. Yeah, so many layers. It was wild. It was the best experience of my life.
Only your eyes are like.
Yeah, basically. And great game. I mean, not a great game, honestly. Like, we probably should have done better. It was way too close for comfort playing the Patriots.
Won, right?
We did win, yes.
Yeah, that's great.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's not the point of the story. After the game, we were walking back to where we tailgated, which was at a car wash down the road. And we get there, we're like helping pack up the car, and we text our dad saying, we're leaving the stadium now, meet us at the car wash. So he makes the 25-minute drive over to the house. And he texts us, we're here, or he's here. So we leave our friends. I'm like, all right, see ya. Go to find him, nowhere to be found. Spoiler, he ended up just like down the street in a different parking lot that he thought was the car wash. Yeah. Clearly my dad doesn't know what a car wash looks like. So
I was gonna say, I feel like that's pretty easy to find.
But while we're like walking around the car wash parking lot trying to find him, this guy comes up to us, young kid, comes up to us and goes, you guys have a ride? Hammered. Immediately I was like, this kid is drunk as shit. And we're like, yeah, we're looking for it right now. Our dad's here to pick us up. He's like, I will give you $100 if you can drive me and my girlfriend back to our hotel. And Dave goes, where's your hotel? I am immediately like, why are you asking that question? The answer is no.
Oh my
And
God.
Dave Dave, a lot of people know this about Dave. He's a huge asshole. Dave hates people.
Okay.
And so when he immediately was like, yeah, where's your hotel? Not, no, sorry, we can't. Our car is full. Or making up some excuse to not have to do something.
Right.
I was like, wait, what are we doing right now?
Yeah.
So, gotta give Dave some credit though. It was a nice thing. And so he's like, where's your hotel? The guy goes, it's like 10 minutes down the road that way. And we're like, all right, that's in the direction we're going, so sure. But we still haven't found our dad. We have no idea at this point yet where he is. So we're like walking around the parking lot. This guy and his girlfriend was crying because he goes, my phone's dead. Her phone's about to die. We can't get an Uber.
That's so scary.
They're not dressed for the 9-degree weather that we're all standing in. So I'm like, Christ. So they're following us around the parking lot. At one point, this guy, like Dave, is like on the phone with our dad, and so he steps away. The guy comes back up to me, gets like uncomfortably close, like thought he was gonna kiss me close. I was like, what's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, your girlfriend's right there.
Yeah.
And he was like, do you guys actually have a ride? I go, yeah, he's on the phone with him now. We're just trying to find out where he is. And he's like, I have $500. I will give you like $200 if you guys can give us a ride home. I go, yeah, we're gonna help you out. Like, don't worry about it. He was like, my phone's died. I go, I know, you've told me already.
God.
He was like, and my girlfriend's just crying and we're freezing. I go, yeah, you guys aren't really dressed for the weather. Come to find out, they're from Massachusetts. I'm like, why are you not dressed for the weather?
How'd you fuck that up?
Yeah. And he was like, and my girlfriend just won't stop crying. He goes, she's just being a fucking bitch. And I'm like, I literally turn to him, I go, that's your girlfriend.
Oh
and he just starts laughing. And I'm like, what an ass.
Fuck?
What a huge ass.
He probably just stressed and just wanted to like.
He was like, he was trying to like appeal to the fact that I was a dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not on your side for this. Like, your poor girlfriend is probably miserable and hates you right now.
Yeah. That's insane. That's so random.
This is probably like their first trip together ever. Mm-hmm. And they're definitely breaking up when they get home. And so she comes over and she goes, and this is where I started laughing. I felt bad. She walks over and she goes, I think I have frostbite. And I just lost it. I almost like fell to the ground laughing.
Right.
Because she just like a little kid, I think I have frostbite.
I just went,
oh my God. And she has 2 pairs of gloves on, his and hers. 2 pairs of gloves on. She says, I think I have frostbite. I can't feel my hands. And he goes, okay, well, they're going to give us a ride. And I'm like, do you want some hand warmers? I've got some extras in my back pocket. I like hadn't opened a pack. And she was like, could I please? And I'm like, yeah. So I open up the pack. I hand it to her, and she goes, I think his name was Connor. Like, Connor, can you warm these up for me? Like, shake them. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I hand it to him. He immediately drops it in the snow. And I'm like, Connor, you absolute moron of a human being.
Connor.
And so he, again, drunk, starts laughing.
Right.
She goes, why are you laughing, Connor? And she was like, it's like you don't even care. You just dropped that. And I'm just like, oh, my God. So then I open the other one. I shake it up for her. And I'm like, here you go.
Oh, my God.
And so we finally figure out where my dad is. Again, down the street, not in the car wash. Mm-hmm. Walk all the way down, get in the car. Get in there. Dead silence. Nobody's talking. So we get the address to the hotel. Not 10 minutes down the road. Even with traffic added in, it was like 30 minutes away in the opposite direction.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So, like, technically, it probably would have been, like, 20 minutes away.
Did they pay
the traffic
you still?
Added. No. That's the spoilers to the end of the story. When somebody says, I will give you $100, $200, you better have cash or a Venmo ready to go.
Yeah.
This guy said to Dave while we were in the car driving out of the way to their hotel, he turns to Dave, he goes, is your phone working? And Dave goes, yeah, I've got the directions on it right now. You just put in the address.
Yeah.
Hammered. And he goes, oh, well, can I put my number in there? And Dave's like, yeah, sure. So he gives to him the phone, and he opens the contacts, puts in his number. You then hear the girl go, Connor, I have to put your number in his phone. He goes, I just did. And she goes, Connor, you just put your name in his contacts. So Connor goes, no, I didn't. And so Dave looks at it and he goes, Yeah, you just put your name in, and we all start cracking up. My dad and I are trying not to burst out in tears laughing.
Oh my god, this kid.
Dave's cracking up behind me.
God.
The only two people not laughing are Connor and his poor girlfriend.
And the girlfriend. This is insane.
It was hilarious. And so he finally gets the number in, and he texts himself 2 messages. 2 texts is all he sends himself. First one goes, "Hi, I'm gay." Second one is, "You owe me $100." So either 2 things. 1, he thought Dave was gay and decided to text himself that from Dave's phone. Or 2, Connor's secretly gay and was trying to say something to Dave, in which case he still thought Dave was gay and was actually trying to hit on Dave from Dave's phone.
This is insane.
Those are the only 2 options I came up with.
Yeah, those are bizarre options that you came up with.
Well, why else would you text yourself, "Hi, I'm gay"?
Yeah, I guess
unless he thought Dave's name was gay.
Maybe.
And that's the third option. Those are the only 3 options.
More close.
That he thought Dave's name was gay and
that's
not Dave.
That's so funny.
And so he texts himself that and says, "You owe me $100."
Never.
And we get them to the hotel finally, and they get out, and we're like, "Stay warm, stay safe, have a good night." Like, "Thank you so much." And they close the door, and I go, "I cannot wait to tell this story on the podcast."
Yeah, that's insane. And so did Dave text him again?
Nope. Because I think all of us, like my dad, Dave, and I were kind of in that mindset of, when we get to the hotel, if he offers us the cash, we're just going to be like, "Don't worry about it." Like,
right.
Keep the money.
Yeah.
We were happy to help.
Yeah.
Dave was probably like, "I would have taken the cash," but that's because Dave loves money more than anything.
Sure. I wonder if he typed in the wrong number.
God, honestly.
If he was that drunk, I doubt he even typed in his own number.
Yeah. But so that's how that night went. And then we drove back home, just kind of deconstructing the whole night of what just
digesting,
happened.
Fuck the game at this point. What just happened?
When he called his girlfriend a bitch and then dropped her hot hands in the snow, I was like, I'm going to witness a breakup right here, and I'm going to have to pick a side.
Right.
And I can't pick Connor's at this rate.
No, at this point, I think we all know whose side.
I felt so bad for her.
Girl.
Again, they were giving off that vibe like very young couple.
Yeah.
Like, if they were 21, they were just 21.
Freshly 21.
Yeah. I think they were honestly probably underage.
God.
And this was like their first trip as a couple, and definitely their last.
Yeah, that's insane.
And she was just miserable. But here's interesting, right? He said her phone's about to die. She spent the entire time we were in the parking lot looking for my dad, and the majority of the car ride back to the hotel
on her phone.
So it's like, hey, do you also not remember your credit card information to call an Uber off her phone, or what's the situation here? Ubers are probably crazy expensive and crazy hard to come by right after a football game let out, but it was hilarious.
Oh my god.
It was the highlight of my 2024. I literally, as soon as we closed the door, I go, I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah. That's
gold.
That's just so random.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Like,
this poor kid.
I'd said to Dave and my dad afterwards, I was like, I want to know, were we the first people they asked? Or just the last people they asked?
Or just the most trusting looking.
Yeah, because like, it looked like they'd been standing there for a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, were they just building up the confidence and we're just the first unlucky people that they saw? Mm-hmm. Or had they asked several people who were like, no, screw you, get your own ride home.
Right.
And here we were, two young looking people.
I'm surprised they didn't just start waddling in that direction.
Probably because they knew it wasn't 8 minutes away.
Yeah.
They I think they said that. Dave afterwards was like, next time I'm not going to ask how far away is it or where's your hotel. I'm going to ask, what's the address of your hotel?
Yeah. Because I guess it was close.
Yeah, and it definitely was not walking distance. Like, we had to hop on the thruway to get there. Yeah, it was not 10 minutes down the road.
I would never. If we were, I don't think I could ever ask a stranger.
Yeah, I'd never. No, I just
so dangerous.
Yeah.
Especially young. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
They don't know who we are.
Yeah.
They don't know if we're a kidnapping kind of family.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Also, we did not have the room for them in that car. And like, we did. The back seat technically has 3 seats, but like, Dave had this guy there. Connor was sitting there, legs spread in the middle seat. I don't know why he went in the middle seat. Put the little girl in the middle seat.
Oh my god, that is insane.
Yeah, I don't know. It was wild. But
Lord.
Connor and she who shall not be named because we never found out her name.
That's inappropriate.
Yeah, not to
Introduce
introduce her.
At any
She's just
point.
sitting there, mascara,
Mascara all over
just
place.
running.
Oh,
She had definitely been
the
crying.
poor girl.
Yeah.
What a shit boyfriend.
I know, yeah.
Did he even give her a hug at any point?
Not that I saw.
A cold, frostbitten
Yeah.
girl sobbing, and he's just like,
He's just
"Yeah,
laughing.
naughty."
Hot hands in the snow. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Connor,
Connor.
pull yourself together.
Come on, man. Yeah, that's one of those times where you just want to grab the kid by
Yeah.
like the cut, like the shoulders,
Yeah.
and just be like, "Hey, you want a marriage? Ah!
Want a marriage.
These dumb fucking boys. Ah! This is why.
Oh, it was just so funny.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It like the entire thing felt unreal.
Yeah, you're like, sorta.
Yeah.
From the start.
I thought like at one point Dave and I were gonna try and just like ditch them, but they were like strapped to our hips the
Poor
entire time. Yeah.
babies. They were-
Yeah.
That's scary.
Different a city that's not their own.
Yeah, that's scary. I get it. I
No.
it's being hammered in unknown places is
Yep.
really
Yep.
terrifying.
Wild. Yeah. You have big. Did it happen in 2024 or no?
It happened in 2024, but after our last.
Yes. So the highlight of your year.
No, not necessarily.
It is for
but
me.
For you, now
It's
that
the
you
highlight
can-
of your year
you
for
can
me.
Finally, talk about it.
Yes.
I saw Wicked. I saw it the Monday before Christmas. So,
Okay.
because everyone was gone,
Yeah.
and I saw 4 movies that week.
My gosh.
I went and saw Mufasa opening, which was right before we saw that right before we all
last
left.
episode, yeah.
And then I saw Wicked, I saw Moana 2, and I saw Flow. I don't know if you've heard that one.
I have
but
heard of it, but I have not.
It's really
I
good.
know nothing about it.
It's really
yeah.
good. But I finally saw Wicked. I finally
Thoughts?
know all the songs.
Out of 10, give me a ranking.
Oh man, out of 10 is hard. It's probably an 8.
An 8.
An 8, yeah. Why that face? Is
What
that
do you
high?
Hate happiness?
No, so here's my opinion. After
Is that
seeing-
high? That's low. That's so low.
In my opinion, after seeing it, I think I would enjoy the stage production more. And I would like to go
It's hard to
see.
say, right? Like they're
It-
both so good.
Yeah, it's totally different things, but after seeing that, I was just like, damn, I kind of wish I had seen the stage production.
I think
And
yes.
I'm
I
kinda
think you
blown I
would- I don't know
didn't.
that you'll like it more. I think that you will have a huge appreciation for it if you ever see
Right,
it.
I think I would like the movie more had I seen
the musical
the
first.
musical first. Not that I needed to know what was happening. I loved not knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
learning the songs in real time and seeing the musical progress because of that.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. Finally seeing the context for Popular and Defying Gravity.
So good.
And
Did you cry?
I didn't cry, and
Oh.
I'm mad.
Are you upset you didn't cry?
I'm mad I didn't cry
Yeah.
because I cry over every movie. I
Damn.
cried 3 times during Mufasa.
Wow,
And
that's crazy.
I
yeah.
don't know why, and I think it's just because I don't know. I wasn't really connecting with the movie like so many people have because I'm not also super like in love with the Wizard of
You
Oz.
see it on stage, you'll cry.
And and again, that's where I was like, man, I think if I saw a real person, as if they're not on it, but like an actual person performing
Physically
that
in front of you,
and
yeah.
physically like embodying
Yeah,
that
it's hard to
performance,
appreciate like
I don't
the
think-
vocalness of it because like
I don't
really
think
like even if
Defying
it's not a
Gravity
sad song.
should be recorded. I think you have to like see it,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I also
because even with them singing it live, it's not live. It's
Yeah.
live to them in that moment that they
Yeah.
sang it, but it's not
Right,
live to you anymore.
Right. So it didn't feel as like powerful. It's like hearing the national anthem. You know, like in person,
Yeah.
you actually are like, "Well, I love my country."
You're like, God,
You're like,
bless
"Damn,
America.
let me get woo!" You know. But like in
Do you cry when you hear the national anthem?
sometimes it's moving.
It's just so
It's just I love
God.
this country.
tugs at the heartstrings.
No.
I cry of laughter. He's really bad at it.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
That's valid. But no, I think if I saw like Defying Gravity live, I would be sobbing.
Yeah.
Now I have a few opinions
Okay.
also that I don't like.
Hot takes,
about.
perhaps.
It might be hot takes towards the movie itself, not the show.
Go off.
Movie should have ended at the very like last note of Defying Gravity, like of her in midair, not her racing through.
Oh, I love that.
Because
that extra instrumental at the end is what I like so much.
It's nice, but I would have really liked almost like a Lion King, like cut to black.
Yeah.
Immediately after, like she's in the air with like her like the cape and everything, and it's
that
just
is how
cut to black.
The musical Act 1 ends. Yeah.
So that makes sense to me. I'm just a genius. But anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish it cut there and then said like or whatever. And then I felt like not an attack, but just for some reason,
oh boy,
like audio wise, it felt like Ariana's singing was recorded singing versus Cynthia's felt like it was recorded in a studio and then lip. In terms of audio, not visual, their mouths matched perfectly, but in audio, it didn't look right for me. I don't know if that makes any sense.
My guess would be
it looked like in the moment what you heard was Ariana's voice, which I know isn't, but like it sounded like as she's singing, like it made sense. Versus like Cynthia's felt like a pre-recording dubbed over or whatever, just because of the quality of the audio.
Yeah,
it was way better.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I don't even know how this would be possible, but like maybe something with like just when you went to go see it, like the version that you saw was messed up. Maybe I don't know if they still put things on tape anymore, unless it's IMAX.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it because just kind of when I went to go see it both times, I did not have that feeling at all because I know they both sang it live.
Yeah.
So it is live audio that we're hearing. So my only assumption is that the version you went to go see was janked.
Maybe
the theater was messed up.
Maybe. I don't know. It just threw me off because it felt like I don't know. It just sounded like her quality, and it might just be her quality of singing is way like crisper.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. It just felt way like it felt edited and crisper, and I don't know. But that's my only complaint. Otherwise, I loved it. I'm really excited for part 2. I am still getting spoiled slightly, and I'm getting really mad because now that I have seen
it, now spoilers are really spoilers.
Now spoilers are really spoilers. Before, I didn't have a clue what they could have led to.
Yeah.
The only, and I guess spoiler warning now, but the only one that I had seen prior to the first part was like who the characters end up being.
Yeah, and see, that's like the biggest spoiler because in the musical, when you go to see the musical, you have no inkling.
Yeah,
you have no idea who these people are going to be and how they relate to the original story of the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
And it makes it so like
big.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
And now it's like.
But now, since
the internet,
since the movie's been out for a while, I'm starting to get spoiled of how they get to be those characters, and I'm getting more mad because before I was like, okay, Fiyero as Scarecrow, whatever, that's fine. I don't care. I'll figure it out later. Like, cool.
Yeah.
But now I'm like finding out what the events happened, and then same thing with Bach, and I'm like,
it's still. I will say this.
I'm still gonna be surprised.
It's still like incredible to watch it happen.
Yeah.
And see the connection be made.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're gonna do it for the movie. I think we're gonna see.
Oh,
I think we're gonna see more.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of spoilers that are pissing me off because I get it now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
That's the problem. Is now you know.
Yeah. Now.
Honestly, now that you're getting things spoiled, you should have waited until both parts came out and to watch the first movie.
Yeah, honestly that's probably true because I would have had like no clue.
You would have had no clue what any of the spoilers meant.
Yeah, I don't know. Music though, everything sounded great.
Yeah.
I don't know what my favorite song is now that I'm listening to all of them. I don't love Wizard and I know that's a lot of people.
That might be the biggest hot take ever.
But I think that's just because I don't know it. I think I only don't like it because I don't know it yet, so I can't sing it yet.
Right.
I have to listen to it more.
Yeah.
I think Dancing Through Life is super cutesy and fun. Adorbs.
Love that. It's my favorite song from Act 1.
It's such a little like fun times. What else? I don't even know.
I will say, part 2, music-wise, not as strong.
Weak.
Not weak.
For Good will end me, though. I will cry for that.
Don't even get me started on that. But
that's the only thing I think I will cry for.
Song-wise, part 2 is not as good because part 2, Act 2, has so much more story.
No one mourns them wicked. I Can't Stop Singing.
The intro song, yeah.
Unfortunately, I believe I am an opera singer.
That song is crazy.
I really liked how they did it in this one. I thought it was. I also thought Ariana did a really good job of not being Ariana Grande.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I forgot that it was her, which I really
which is what
was
she
impressed.
wanted.
Yeah, which is what she wanted, and I've seen her in and she also is treating this character with so much respect.
Yeah.
Oh, again, another spoiler. So happy, Kristen and Idina went in.
Loved it.
I got that spoiled not because of I guess technically internet, because they posted. A week later, Kristen Chenoweth posted pictures of them, but I had no clue where they were, how they were, what the camp, if it was just that they were like a passerby.
Yeah, just there.
But the fact that they had the little song and the origin story, because they're the origin, I was like, that was so satisfying. Yeah. I was obsessed with that.
My theater cheered and clapped when
Did you see it opening night?
Oh
yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's great. Yeah. That's such a good feeling.
Yeah. And as soon as tickets go on sale for part 2, bet your ass I'll be buying tickets for opening night.
I might go opening night. I don't know.
And if they have one of those things where you can go see part 1 and then immediately go see part 2, I'll be there.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Well, have they said how long part 2 is?
No, but my guess is probably equally as long.
How'd you think of the length?
Loved it. Wish it was longer.
Really?
Wish I'd seen the whole thing right then and there. I could have sat there for 4 hours watching that movie.
Have you watched the extended?
There's an extended?
I've
seen a lot of deleted scenes on Twitter.
The deleted scenes that are on Amazon now.
No, but I will be watching
because
that.
It's now for
streaming, yeah.
For streaming, but for buy or whatever.
Yeah. Streaming for buy, yeah.
The one that they have on Prime has all the extended
Have you seen the deleted scenes?
I've seen a few, but not that many.
I'm loving them.
Really? You're eating that shit up.
Give it to me because I'm happy they made the movie the way they made the movie. Yeah. True to the musical. Yeah. Right? That's what we all wanted. That's what I wanted. And it's perfect, right?
Yeah.
But and I'm sorry we talk about Wicked so much on this podcast. But had they added those deleted scenes, me as not just a musical nerd, but also a movie junkie. I love movies. It would have made the movie so incredible.
Yeah.
And I do think that it would have set it a little bit too far apart from the musical, which is not what they wanted to do, which again, I'm glad they cut out those parts. But oh God, think of it as if I didn't know the musical and I was going to watch a movie and they had those scenes, the movie would have been even better.
Yeah. This movie definitely kickstarted my I forgot how much I love movie musicals.
Yeah.
And I also just wow, this is a really well made movie.
It's a new standard
musical.
For
movie musicals. Last time I felt I've seen one that's just so good. All the live action Disney movies have not hit in that same way was probably what's it called?
Cats.
Yes. My cat's fine all over there.
Definitely Cats.
No,
yeah.
The Greatest Showman.
Yes.
That's probably the last time I've seen a movie in theaters that wasn't a movie musical where I was like, damn, this is so good.
Yeah, 100%.
This is so this I know I'm going to watch forever. Yeah. The music consistently
slaps.
Great.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And it's the perfect marriage of movie and musical, not too heavy of one side or the other. Yeah. And I thought Wicked did a really good job with that.
Which is, I think, to that point, I think that's why part 2 probably won't do as well. Because again,
the music isn't there.
Musically it's not as strong.
It's more.
However, they have made at least one new song for the second part. So I'm interested to see how that goes. Because again, it does just lack musically.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking they either changed a reprise somewhere, or they just added a whole new song and kept everything else.
I do have another complaint I just remembered.
Go off.
Go off. The Wizard should have been a no-name actor.
Because you're just looking at Jeff Goldblum?
Partially. I
think that's just Jeff Goldblum. That's not the Wizard.
I think his voice is too distinguishable.
Yeah.
For some other reasons. And
for
other spoilers.
Yeah.
Which I just got spoiled yesterday. I hadn't made that connection.
You hadn't made that connection? Mm-mm. Well, I guess they don't make that connection obvious.
I actually hadn't been listening to also that part of the song too much. And now that I hear it, I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
That connection, I think, gets made more easily in the musical because they make that thing obvious.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit more obvious. In the movie, it's pretty easy to miss, I think.
Right, because it's just so far apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I would have liked a more no name in terms of like, okay, the giant like head bust on the side of the mountain of him, not the mountain, but in that little cave.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Jeff Goldblum.
Why is he here? Why are you here? Why are you here in shiz? Go away. Yeah, I wasn't. Okay. I wasn't a fan.
I can see your point. I don't agree, but I see your point.
I don't think he brought anything crazy special to the role.
Yeah.
That it needed to be him.
Yeah.
I think I just would have liked more no names because
they could have just got some old guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't agree, but I see your point. Yes.
I don't know. I'm right.
I understand. Sure.
I'm kidding.
I understand, but I don't agree.
I thought he did a good job. I thought his song was great. I thought he's. Like,
I just love Jeff Goldblum. So
yeah.
and
I don't hate him.
Absolutely,
either.
yeah. But I very much see your point.
But that's the thing. I just felt like they needed more no name for the wizard because you also want to also kind of hate the.
Yeah, it's hard to hate Jeff Goldblum.
It's hard to hate him. You're nah, I think it's justified.
Yeah. You're like, well, Jeff Goldblum.
It's Jeff. Let him
Jeffy.
Let him live. He just had to open his book and do something. It's fine.
There was something I noticed, not about Wicked, changing topics. Something I noticed when I came back to Orlando. You know, in the Orlando airport, they've got the little
Which
stations
terminals?
For. I assume they're all over the airport. Little stations for mothers to pump.
Yes.
I was walking.
What segue from Jeff?
I know, yeah. I was walking by the one when I came back. I can't speak, Jesus. When I came back to Orlando, I was walking by the one in the airport, and I looked at the little sign that's above the door code. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. I mean, I've looked at this thing a billion times. I've been to that airport so many times, and only now have I noticed it. They put what the code is right above the little keypad, so people can access it whenever they want. The code for it, I want to see if you catch this before I tell you why this made me laugh, is no.
Oh.
No.
You said 4 digits?
No. It's 4 digits, but it's numbers. It's 8008. It's boob. I was like, are you?
What?
I'm like, who made this? You know for a fact it was a guy who programmed that key code.
It was Milk. Yeah, it's definitely a guy.
Yeah, they should have just done 5 digits, 80085. And why did you not take that opportunity if you had already done 8008? And you're like, boob.
Boob. Singular boob.
Yeah.
Just one.
Boobs.
Could have made it a
Add
5-digit bat or do boobies, anything.
Boobies would have been so good.
Boobies is the more iconic one that you do in the calculator.
Always on the
turn
calculator,
down,
You're like, look at this.
Look at that is, you know?
Yeah, so I saw that the other day, and I was like, I've been living down here almost 7 years, and this is the first time I've noticed that the password for that is boob.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious, genius.
That's kind
of so misogynistic.
Yeah, that pisses me off in the dumbest way because I don't care. It doesn't hurt or help at all.
Yeah.
But it's just like, be for real. Come on.
Yeah, pick 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on.
I would have been adding this.
Or that.
Give me 2. Why?
That's all I had for that one. I just had to
just had to get that out.
I saw that and I was like, that's crazy.
I thought you were gonna say something where it's like a couple came out of there or something, or you got hit by the door.
Could you imagine?
See, that's what I'm saying. It's right there. Pretty easy to just hide in there, I guess. That's bad.
I always wonder how those work. Do you pay for them or do you just go in?
You just go. I don't know.
Does it say when it's occupied? You wouldn't know, right? I'm asking you, all women
I know. I'm like,
this.
yeah, sorry, I didn't even know the password wasn't boob.
Neither did I until the other day.
I'll do some research. I'll see. Yeah, I think it's just like a bathroom that shows occupied or whatever. Yeah. I've never gone up and actually stared at them either, so I really couldn't tell you.
I feel like most women just do it in public.
Yeah, I think that's pretty normal now. I just want you to know I hated every second.
Yeah.
Go off, Queens.
It's 2025.
Singular boob.
Pull your tits out wherever you want.
You're cut off.
Yeah.
You're done. You're done. Let's see. I don't think anything else happened to me exciting. You had quite the adventurous
so many
2024.
Things. Yeah, so many things.
Ending to your 2024.
Yeah, seeing the password of boob is the highlight of my 2024.
That's up there with the Google card.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah, no, my life is so uneventful compared to that.
I know, yeah. I really, this past week or two has been jam packed with just entertaining garbage.
Right.
And I'm here for it. Let's go to trivia.
Let's rock some.
Pick a number.
Let's go with 6.
6. Which island was home to the Lighthouse of Alexandria? Didn't know that was on an island. This oh my god, this is the final week, isn't it? 2, 4,
shit.
6. We're tied too.
Damn.
God,
Wait,
I hope you win because I bought you McDonald's today.
Yeah, I mean, what was the question again? Please repeat the question.
Which island was home to the Lighthouse of Alexandria?
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah. The Lighthouse of Alexandria lived on which island?
Thank you. That's, I guess that is.
How am I supposed to know? There's a billion islands on this damn planet. Picking a new.
Oh, okay.
Pharos, Egypt.
Oh, I guessed Greenland.
Greenland, yeah, that's a good one. Okay, number 6 again? Yeah. Which country borders Chad to the east? You know what's funny about this question? Whenever Dave and I picked like a trivia question about countries, I thought it wasn't something, or I thought it wasn't one of the countries on our side of the planet. I would always just go Chad because I'm like, it's central, it's Africa.
Chad, yeah.
So you'd think by now I'd know which country borders Chad to the east.
Every time my world history or geography, like any of those classes, we do challenges. If they gave us we had to pick, if we did an Olympics game, I always pick Chad.
Good one. And to the east, so that's to the right.
Yeah. I'm not.
No idea. Picking the next African country that I always pick, and I'm probably wrong. We're just going for closest country.
What is?
Hit me.
Zimbabwe.
I said Nigeria.
Nigeria is all the way to the.
I don't know.
To the west. It's on the right next to Niger.
Crazy. It's Nigeria.
Is it really?
No, it's Sudan.
Oh I'm like, that's so fucking wrong. Give me that map. No, Nigeria's over on the west side.
West side?
West side?
You see where Sudan, I mean, not. I know where Sudan is. It borders it to the east.
Zimbabwe is south of it.
I don't even know where Chad is. There's
Chad's
Sudan. There's
Chad.
Chad.
Upper right.
Nigeria borders it to the west.
Oh, there you go. So you're probably
Zimbabwe.
I'm way off then.
Where's Zimbabwe?
I guess you're closer.
Zimbabwe is so south.
Yeah.
I'm one country away.
Yeah, so I guess.
I went to the wrong side. You are east of it.
Haha! I knew that.
But you're further countries away. Further countries away. So I guess I win, and I guess you owe me food now.
Okay. I'll get food next.
Alright, deal.
That's insane. I was half right. You were half right. You were border, and I was to the
east. Yeah. Well, that's too damn bad.
It's fine.
Lauren, where can people find you?
They can find me at lou.mcdonald. That is L2U's, not W, .mcdonald. And that's on my Instagram. And my eat of the week.
How do you pick? It's been so long.
I know, I gotta find. I'm trying to think of what I had at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to go with that.
Oh, a new restaurant that just opened up in Richmond called La Playa. It's a little Mexican place.
The beach.
The beach. And it's got giant octopus. But they had.
It's an interesting. Oh, because it's the beach. I'm like, it's an interesting choice for pizza. You said pizza, right?
No, Mexican.
Oh.
Yeah, really good. I got arroz con pollo,
Okay.
con no queso, chicken and rice.
No cheese.
No cheese. Normally it's covered in cheese. I don't like it. So it's just chicken and rice. That's it. And I got a really fat margarita, and she was
like big.
Like when it was big old
bowl
goblets.
Cup. Goblet, yeah.
Little goblet. Actually,
goblet.
it was like a no stem one. So it was just like the bottom of the cup, and then just the big V. So it was like a
just
small
a bowl of.
Yeah, just a bowl. A bowl of marg. It was so good. That was my eat of the week. Where can the people?
You can follow me on my photography Instagram, Sharky_photography, and my regular Instagram at Secret Agent Sharky. My eat of the week. It's tough. It's always tough when it's been a lot of time since we recorded.
Think of Christmas, New Year's. Think family.
Yeah.
Did you have a hot dog at the stadium?
No, I didn't eat any food at the stadium.
That's...
I know last week I said my Christmas dinner. Even though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I am actually gonna go with. So my dad makes with leftover ham. He makes black bean soup.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
so good.
It's the greatest thing in the
world.
world.
How was your ham?
So good.
I knew you were.
I was really excited for that. But the black bean soup is probably my eat of the week.
Wow.
Yeah. I take it back. Not the black bean soup. My dad, while I was home, he didn't make this while I was home, but he had me try pickled like vegetables that he made.
Oh, okay.
So he pickled peppers, cauliflower, carrots, a whole bunch of stuff. And I tried the hot peppers too. I tried the pickled hot peppers, cauliflower, and carrots. Oh my god, so freaking good. I'm not a big pickle guy.
Yeah.
But like when you start pickling other things, I'm a little bit more on board.
Sure.
Yeah, pickles themselves, not a huge fan.
I hate pickled anything.
Ugh. Sign me up for pickled carrots.
Gross.
So good. To the point where the other day I got vinegar and some like seasoning, and I have made pickled carrots. Sitting in my fridge at home right now. Pickling. But yeah, the hot peppers, because I grow peppers.
Oh yeah.
So when I'm like, I want something to do with these peppers that I grow. Most of them just end up going to waste.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start pickling them.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Now I have something to do.
Yeah. Now I have a hobby for 2025.
Oh, good for you.
New year, new me. Pickling.
Oh, pickling.
Pickling Joe.
Who would have thought that's
what I was gonna do. Yeah.
Calling.
Yeah. I feel like an old man.
Yeah.
Pickling things.
I mean, to be fair, I just made it.
That's true. Yeah. Anyways, that's for the podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at CSGPod. That is CSGPod. Follow us on TikTok at The Shuffle Podcast and on Instagram at The Shuffle_podcast. And subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all at The Shuffle Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk at you next week. Happy New Year, everybody. Bye.
Bye, y'all.